Okay, welcome to another edition of the Hills at Stanley Park, or Stanley Park Hills. Today we're just going to show you the route that we always finish off our ride once we've climbed up all the hills. As we mentioned in all the other videos, we don't actually ride down them. We ride up them and then we go down another route. So this is probably the last, I'd say maybe about a little over half, 2/3 of the way that I take when I go home. Without further ado, we shall start the video. So we're off. As I said, this is the route that we take when we are finished riding. Nothing really challenging here. There's a few little hills to go down and some minor ones to climb up. We're just going downhill here. We've got to be careful going around this corner here because we've encountered numerous people right around that corner, the blind spot. It's like, what the hell? And here, that people have, the minions have been walking around, and it's, if you're not prepared, you're yelling, and you just all of a sudden, bam, they're there. So, and this is just a little bit of the uphill, little teeny weeny uphill here. This path runs beside the, to the right is the miniature railway, the little mini railway you can ride around in Stanley Park. And then to the left is the ocean. I'm going to get the camera angle. There we go. So as I said, this is how we finish off a ride. And I don't know if anyone knows anything about Stanley Park. The last year, there was some coyote attacks in Stanley Park. Why? Because people were going down there at 9 p.m. feeding them, and then they, oh, why are the coyotes attacking? Because you're feeding them and you're going down there when their feeding time is, when their hunting time is. I've seen two coyotes on this path. They looked at me and ran away. Most of them they didn't look too healthy. They're very almost emaciated, and their coats are very, very natty. So no worries about getting attacked by any kind of coyotes in Stanley Park. So don't ever worry about that, unless you're going down there at nighttime and you're feeding them. I don't even know how many of them there are even left there, because I think they culled, half a dozen or more. And we're coming down to a section here. This is a little bit of a tricky section because you get a little bit of speed here. And from here, all of a sudden it jumps to pavement, and there's leaves. So I've always got a break there. I can blow through this. I cut through the grass here to get to the path. And then we'll be coming up. This is a nice wide path, but it's mixed use. There's not separated bike and walking lane. There's usually lots of people. The reason why there's not a lot of people there right now, because I think this is probably about between 9 and 10 a.m. in the morning, midweek, I would say. So not a lot of foot traffic, thank goodness for that. And we're coming up to, on the left-hand side is the War Memorial for the Japanese Canadians who fought in the World War. Coming up there, and you see a little bit on the left-hand side there. And then that means that we're right next to the Vancouver Aquarium. On the left-hand side is the Vancouver Aquarium. As I said, this is how we always finish up our rides, because the difficult hills are all located in a certain part of Stanley Park. And instead of backtracking, we just continue to go on. We continue to go counterclockwise in our path. So as you can see, not a lot of people out here, but there are some minions. Trust me, they're always around. There's a guy here walking his dog. We got to get around. It's all fine and dandy if people were just walking around like that, but of course they've got the earbuds in, they can't hear anything. So I've clipped a couple of people in my times. There was this guy that was riding around the seawall one time, and I said, passing, and I left it passing. He had his headphones cranked, he rammed into my bike, wiped out, hurt himself pretty bad. It's like, buddy, I told you I was passing. Why you got the stupid friggin' headphones on? But he survived. My eye didn't have any damage, but he buggered himself up pretty good. So we're going to be coming up here and we're going to go over the original bridge that divided the Lost Lagoon to the Pacific Ocean. The Lost Lagoon at this point in time is probably all rainwater. There's no ocean water. I think it would probably all be basically just rainwater in it right now. I'm not exactly because they did that over like 50 years ago. So it's basically rainwater right now. And this is a little bit of a hill. There's the original bridge. Nice and wide, but there's always minions and stuff. You can burn down this bridge quite easily. You just got to be careful at the bottom there. There's a connecting bike path that sometimes cyclists come in and they're not really paying attention. But yeah, so we can just go full bore down here. As I said, if this was a Saturday afternoon in the middle of summer, there would be chocked full of people. It'd be crazy how many people would be around this area. And we're going to go a little bit of illegal. This is actually a one-way bike path, but we're not going to go. We do the quickest or the shortest way to point A to point B, and then we're going under the viaduct, Georgia Street, and over to the right is Lost Lagoon. And then we'll be finishing up by the parking lot of the Vancouver Park Board. We'll go by the herring nest, the tennis courts, etc. So the you would think, oh, is it fall? This was not fall. The reason why that all those leaves in that tree were all yellow is because we had a very dry summer. This is probably in about September, I believe. So all of the leaves that are on the ground is just from the dry heat, not from the actual fall temperature drop. And you'll see more people going around the seawall. There's more people walking. As you can see, it's divided. The left-hand side is for walkers, joggers, and the the right-hand side's for rollerbladers, skateboarders, unicycles, cyclists, anything and everything is on the right-hand side. There's actually a really neat daycare center. I think it's called Winnie the Pooh Daycare Center. It's like an old house right in to the left-hand side there. It's a big old yellow house, and it's got a nice big backyard. It's one of there's a groundskeeper's house over by the totem pole area. So we're going to go up here and we're going to do this. We're not technically supposed to ride through this small little gravel section, but there's nowhere we're going to go left, go up that steep hill. That's just too much of a detour. As I said, we go from the shortest point to point A to point B. So we're going to go up here, jump off the curb, go left, go against the traffic. This basically is just one way. And we're coming up to the parking lot for the tennis courts and the pitch and putt golf course. Yes, there is a small pitch and putt golf course down in Stanley Park. And then we'll be coming up to the herring nests and to the, so you can see the the tennis courts there on the right-hand side. And coming up just where that car is with the lights on the left-hand side, that's where the herring nests are. They come back every year. Not so loud, but it is very, very smelly because they keep on coming back to the same nest every year. So we're almost at the ending point here. We're going to go up here and turn left, and that is where we just get off our bike and then hop on a bus to go home. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, click that little bell to notify when we get the new recordings up. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you later.